Let's start with faces in pyramids, and we can put our hands on our faces to remember, as you can see in the picture here. A face on a 3D shape is basically a flat surface. So for this octagonal pyramid, you can see we have the black numbers as faces we can see, the green numbers as faces we can't see, and the red face, which is the base or the bottom of the pyramid. Before we start, let's mention a face that will help us with our patterns. We will talk about the base face shape sides. That's the base face shape sides, which is how many sides this bottom red face has in a pyramid. So for this triangular pyramid, the base is a triangle which has 1, 2, 3 sides. To remember this, we can use this picture and point down for base face shape sides. We will count the faces of our 3D shapes by adding in numbers. However, this can be slow, so we will also look for any patterns we can see where we can use our maths to help us, and add, subtract, multiply or divide to help us speed up. For patterns, we can move our hand in a zigzag pattern like this picture here. Have a break and pause the video, counting the faces on our pyramids. See if you can find a pattern, and we can move our hand in a zigzag like the pattern here. If you already know the pattern, use it because it makes things a lot quicker. I wonder if you found or remember our pattern for faces on a pyramid. If we look at number 1, our triangular based pyramid, and the black and the green numbers around the middle, we have 3 faces, and then face 4 on the base or bottom of the shape. The number of faces around the middle, 3, is the same as the number of sides of the base face shape. So remember, for base face shape, we point down. We have a triangle on the base face, and we have 3 sides, the same as how many faces around the middle. So, is the answer 3 faces? No, it's not. We've got an extra face. It's the red number face. It's the red face at the moment. So there's 3 faces around the middle. A triangle has 3 sides. And add 1 gives 4 faces. This is the same pattern for the other pyramids. So if we look at the square-based pyramid and add in our faces, we've got 4 faces around the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the same as the base face shape sides, and we can point down. We've got a square on the bottom that's got 4 sides, the same as the number of faces around the middle. But 4 faces isn't our answer. We need to remember the one red face with our red number on the bottom of the pyramid. So we've got 4 add 1, which gives us 5 faces. And this gives us the pattern of using the base face shape sides, and we can point down again, and looking at our square, realizing that we've got 4 sides, and we just need to add 1, add our extra face that is on the bottom. So 4 add 1 gives 5 faces. Now we can use our pattern to speed things up a little. Right, number 3, our pentagonal based pyramid. I'll add in the faces just so you can check up on me. But let's have a look at the base face shape. It's a pentagon. How many sides does a pentagon have? 5. So we found our base face shape sides is 5. We can point down and we add 1 gives 6 faces. So it saves us from counting all the faces. We just know straight away by following our pattern. Right, number 4, a hexagonal based pyramid. I'll add in all the faces. And let's put in our base face shape, and the sides is a hexagon, so 6, and then we add 1, which gives 7 faces. Number 5, a heptagonal based pyramid. You're getting the hang of this now. We've got all the faces put in. Let's look at our base face shape. Point down, and its sides, well, it's a heptagon, so 7 and the 1 gives 8 faces. An octagonal base pyramid, let's put in all our faces. Let's look at the base face shape side, pointing down, and how many sides? Sorry, that's 8. 8 add 1 gives 9 faces. We move on to vertices, and we have a picture of a hand pointing, so we can point when we say vertices. We've used this because vertices are points or pointy corners of a shape. So for this octagonal pyramid, we have red vertices down the bottom of the shape and a green vertex on the top of the shape. Remember, when it's one, it's one vertex, and when it's plural, there's more than one, it's vertices. As with our faces, have a break and pause the video, counting the vertices on our pyramids. See if you can find a pattern again, or use the pattern if you already know it. Pause the video now, please. Let's check if you found or remembered our pattern for vertices on a pyramid. If we again look at number 1, our triangular based pyramid, and the red dots, the red vertices on the base of the shape, we have a total of 3. And we also have an extra vertex on the top, a green vertex, an extra one. Going back to our red vertices, there's 3 of them, as we've said, and this matches the base, face, shape, sides. So we can point it down. We can see our red face there, the base face, and it's a triangle, and the number of sides on the triangle is 3. And this matches our vertices. 3 sides on a triangle, 3 vertices. But we've got to remember our green vertex on the top. So we've got the 3 down the bottom, 3 sides to a triangle, add 1 gives us 4 vertices all together. This is the same pattern for our other pyramids. If we look at the square-based pyramid with 4 red vertices on the bottom, which is the same as the base, face, shape, sides, and we can point down. We have a square on the bottom with 4 sides, and we also have 4 vertices. But that's not our answer. We need to remember our top green vertex. So we've got 4 add 1 to give 5 vertices. And then we can find our pattern. We can draw a ziggy-zaggy line in the air. We've got our down arrow. So if we find our base, face, shape, number of sides, in this case it was a rectangle with 4, and then add 1 for our green top vertex. 4 add 1 gave us 5 vertices. Right, let's look at number 3. We've got a pentagonal based pyramid. I'm not going to count all the vertices, although I'll add them in because we're going to use our pattern, and we can draw a ziggy-zaggy line in the air. Right, we've got point down, our base, face, shape, number of sides, add 1. So on the bottom of our shape, we've got a pentagon. A pentagon has 5 sides, and then 5 add 1 gives us 6. So we've got 6 vertices. Number 4, we've got a hexagonal based pyramid. I can put all our vertices in, but I'm going to try to use our pattern to make things quicker. On the bottom, it's a hexagonal, so we've got a hexagon with 6 sides, but we've got to remember our extra 1. So 6 add 1 gives 7. We've got 7 vertices. Number 5, our heptagonal based pyramid has got a heptagon on the bottom. I'll add in our vertices, then our heptagon. A heptagon has 7 sides, so use our pattern. 7 add 1 gives us 8 vertices. And number 6, our octagonal based pyramid. Add in our vertices if you'd like to count them. I'm going to go for the quicker method. Let's add our octagon in. Octagon has 8 sides. 8 add 1 gives us 9 vertices. Finally, we look at edges, and we have a picture of a car falling off a cliff edge. And for an action, we can form a line in the air with our arm for a cliff edge. So on a 3D shape, any edge is a straight line you could fall off, like our black lines on the bottom of the shape and our red lines on the middle of the shape. Another break and pause the video trying to count the edges on our pyramids. See if you can find a pattern, or use the pattern if you already know it. Our pattern for edges on a pyramid. If we look finally at number 1 again, our triangular based pyramid, and the black lines on the base of the shape, we have a total of 3 edges. Then there's the red lines around the middle of the shape. The number of black lines, the number of edges on the bottom of the shape, matches the total of our base, face, shape, sides again. So we have a triangle on the bottom with 3 sides, and we've got 3 black lines, 3 edges on the bottom. But 3 edges isn't our answer because we need to remember our red lines. So we've got 3 add 3 or double 3, which gives us 6 edges altogether. This is the same pattern again for the other pyramids. If we look at our square-based pyramid with 4 edges on the base face, that's our black lines, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the same as the base face shape number of sides. We can point down. Our base face is a square with 4 sides, and we have 4 edges there as well. So we've got 4, and then we need to remember to add the edges around the middle, our red lines. So 4, double 4, 4 add 4 or double 4 gives us 8 edges. And then we can think of our pattern, draw a ziggy-zaggy line in the air. And our pattern is to double, and then we have our down arrow, we can point down, double our base face shape number of sides. And going back to this, we had a square on the bottom with 4 sides, and then we doubled that, double 4 gave us 8 edges. Let's speed this up a little bit. So for number 3, for our pentagonal based pyramid, we'll add in our edges, but the most important, let's look at our base face shape and its sides. 5, so double 5 gives us 10 edges. Number 4, add in our edges, add in our base face shape, which is a hexagon, so that's 6 sides, double 6 gives 12 edges. Our heptagonal based pyramid, add in our edges, but let's just put in our base face shape side. 7 double 7 gives 14 edges. And number 6, octagonal base pyramid, there's our edges, there's our base face shape. 8 sides double 8 gives 16 edges altogether. Let's review our objective to describe pyramids and our steps to success. You can hopefully now say are: number 1, I can describe pyramids using faces, vertices and edges. And number 2, I can find the base face shape number of sides. And number 3, I can use patterns to find the number of faces and vertices by adding 1 in both cases to the base face shape number of sides, and also find the number of edges by doubling the base face shape number of sides. This has been a Teaching Alive short video taken from themed units aimed at learners aged 7 to 11. Throughout our videos, we use pictures and suggest actions for teaching points. So please join in with us to support learning and have some fun. For more information on the Teaching Alive project and to be shown to learn and to practice more, visit teachingalive.co.uk.